Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be making some decorative whale tail punches. I need to have a little bit more of these fun things in my stash. These are the things that I use either at the top of like journaling cards to pull them in and out of pockets, or I use them on the sides of my journals with little things dangling off them, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So, if you did not see my video where I got some lovely things from my local dump / recycle center, check that out, because one of the things I got was watercolor pencils. So I want to play around with these. I have my watercolor here, my watercolor paper here. I have a brush here, and I have all these fun little things that you organized with me the other day, last week. So these are all those nail art charms, like a whole bunch of them. Oops. Do not fall out. Oh, some of them are starting to fall out. Do not fall out. So this is what we're going to be decorating the whale tail punches with. Are going to be a lot of these little goodies that I have in here. So we're going to put this aside. We're going to use the watercolor pencils, and we're going to use some watercolor paper. Oh, so I am using the Artist Loft paper. I think this is the one from Michaels. 50 sheets, 90 pound, 7 by 10 inches. So this is the one I'm using. I'm going to use it right out of the pad here. I'm not going to rip it out. My citrine is here, kind of in the way, but that's okay. It's manifesting for me. So what I want to do is I just want to put down some blobs of color. If this isn't going to work for me, I have some watercolors here. I don't know how these are going to work. I haven't really played with them, but let's play. I like color. I like putting color down. These are just watercolor pencils, so let's just, let's see how they're going to swatch. Let's see how they're going to blend. There's not a ton of colors here in this set of watercolor pencils, but that's okay. We can certainly make it work. I do want to get the majority of this page covered. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. Then we're going to activate. That's going to look like Christmas, but that's okay. Then we're going to activate the watercolor pencil. Need be, we will do a couple mediums on this paper. We shall see. But I need the paper covered. Brown, white, we'll skip those. Black, we'll skip that for now. This is a red. It looks like a red that I just used. This is poppy red. This is Geranium Lake that I just used. This one's Geranium Lake. So let's lay this down. Oh, it's darker. This is nice and creamy feeling, this one. So I'm not doing any rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of laying it down. Now, one thing that I am doing, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm trying to turn the pencil as I go because I don't want to get like a flat spot there. I'm trying to sort of maintain a nice tip onto the pencil. Okay. This is dark wash. I don't know, is that a gray? It's a gray, but I don't really like it. It's a silver. Purple. Okay, let's do a bunch of purple. And I'm turning the pencil as I go. I think I'm good with the purple there because I want a whole bunch of yellow. Now, I'm looking to have different color sections. I mean, this looks like something a child could do. And they can! And you can do it with them. Let's turn this. You know what? Let's get a little bit of yellow. Yellow up in those areas. Oh, my paintbrush. So, yeah, the yellow's already blending what is there. It's picking up color on the tip of this. That is okay with me. And then the last one I have is orange. Now I want to come and add some orange within some of the yellows, within some of the reds. Add a little bit more of a depth of color. Okay, it's a hot mess. Now, a couple things I can do. I can come in and I can spray it and activate it and let it kind of do its thing. You can see it's doing its thing. Other thing I can do is I can come in with my paintbrush and I can moving this color around. I'm giving it a little bit of a swirl. These are really nice watercolor pencils. It's not, look at the depth of color. It's gorgeous, actually. It's not leaving the like pencil marks, really. You know what? I am going to take this off because it's dripping onto the one below it. Let me do that. Okay, let's come over here. Fill in all this. We'll just kind of overlap some of the color. Look at that. How pretty. So if you've watched me before, welcome back. But you know I love color. Bright, cheery colors. Yes, I make junk journals and art journals, but not every junk journal and art journal has to be all browns and whites and blacks. You can add yellows and reds and oranges, and if you like pink, add pink. If you know me, I don't like pink, but that doesn't mean you can't add it. I'm muddying up the green, which is not what I wanted to do. But it is giving it a little artistic something. All right, did I get almost all the spots? Huh, I think. Okay, look at that. And then, I can use this for something too. I had my paper towel here handy at the ready. It apparently up and walked away. So this is what we're going to do. To get this dry, we're going to blot it. And I have my heat gun's not plugged in. And I can't plug it in right now. So we're just going to blot this. Yeah, see? Cool. I don't want to blot it on a white paper that has ink on it because it will pick up the ink. But that is paint, not ink. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's let this dry for a few moments. Let me put these away. Let's let this dry for a few moments while I put some of these things away. Now, that's these. I officially am happy with these. I think these have a really nice depth of color. If I wanted to come in and add some yellow, I could. Of course, it would probably need to get wet again. But let's just add some yellow without wetting it. The paper is still damp. It's starting to pick up the fibers, but that's okay. When you add yellow or white to something, like when you're painting, it can enhance the colors that you're working with. And I believe there is a white one here. Yep, there is. It just adds depth of color. See? I could come in and wet it because it is watercolor. I don't think I'm going to. Okay, let's leave it like this. Okay, and then we have all these goodies that we're going to decorate with. Yeah, this is dry enough that I can put it through my punch. Now, this is a really old Stampin' Up! Punch. I've had this for like, I don't know, more than 20 years. I have seen it on eBay, and it goes for big bucks. So I am just going to cut out randomly a whole bunch of these. And then we're going to decorate these. Now, we're not going to get to decorate all of these, in all fairness. There's a ton. But even if I just use something like that and put a stamp over it or something. That's still pretty, I think. Okay, well, we'll work with these. This is what I have left. So many possibilities. Let me put this away. Of what I can do with this. Now, when you go to use these, if you're not familiar with it, you fold them in half, and then you'd glue them like to the top of a journaling card or to the side of your journal page or whatever. So we are going to hold them in this fashion and in this fashion when we go to decorate them. You know what? I'm going to put this paper here because it will cut down on that glare. That's another reason why I leave paper here. So I do want to come in and pre-fold these. While I'm doing that, I had said in yesterday's video, I was going to tell you what was going on. So I will spill the tea, so to speak, what's been going on with me. So luckily, I pre-make my videos a day or two in advance. I mean, there were days that I used to be able to sit down and do 4 or 5 videos in a day and get enough for like the whole week done, sometimes in one day. Fantastic. I have not been able to do that as of late, unfortunately. I wished I'd been able to, but you know, I make my videos with my friend Sarah, and we do the Akashic astrology. So check that out because it's the weekly psychic predictions for the whole week. So I was getting ready to do the video with Sarah, you know, and I all of a sudden before the video started developed a female problem. I don't normally have this level of female problems, but without sounding too gross, I am somebody that has a ton of cysts. I have internal cysts as well as external cysts. My largest internal cyst right now that I currently have is 13 centimeters. So I'm growing big, you know, like when I get a cyst, I get cysts, like they're big. So I have my sponges. I'm going to kind of ink around these in all different colors while I'm talking away. So I had a cyst and I'm getting ready to do the video with Sarah, and all of a sudden it had grown exponentially. This other one, it's not 13 centimeters, this other one, but this one that I'm talking about that just, I knew I had it there, but it all of a sudden grew, changed shape, and it was extruding greatly from my body and bleeding heavily. And I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And it was in a very, let's just say, delicate female area. So I'm not happy. I'm extremely uncomfortable because it was painful. And I said, I don't want to go to the emergency room. Emergency rooms are really bad for me because I am deathly allergic to the smell of alcohol. Any doctor's office, I am sick for days whenever I go into a doctor's office or a hospital or whatever. They're not fun for me. So I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital. But this stupid thing bled for like 30, 45 minutes. It wouldn't stop bleeding. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I don't want to go to the hospital. So I decided to take a shower. Like, oh, maybe I can remove it myself. You know, as we women do. I don't know what I was thinking, but couldn't remove it myself. It was extremely painful, but finally stopped bleeding. So I waited a little bit and then decided to call my doctor. And they're like, yeah, we can get you in. Come in tomorrow. I'm like, okay. I can do that. My son had, what was he having done? Oh, an ultrasound. He was having an ultrasound done. So I'm like, all right, I got to take him to this ultrasound. So took him to that, and then we went and we grabbed something real quick to eat, and then we zipped over to my doctor. And I said, I would kind of prefer you to come with me to the doctor because I have a feeling I'm going to need you with me. And he's like, all right. So there's a funny part to my story. So we're at the gynecologist's office, the OB. I had to go see the OB-GYN. So we're in the office. I'm checked in. We're sitting down. It's just my son and I. My son is 18, but he looks like 26. People have zero clue he's a kid. And, we have a very good relationship. We laugh at life together, you have to. And the two of us love tea. We have a ton of tea in the house. We love to try tea from all over the world. We like tea, So I saw the water fountain thing in the office, and it had like hot water, cold water, little spout, but there was only cold water cups. So I said to my son, oh, look, there's a bowl of tea bags. Come look. Let's see. Would you like a cup of tea? I'm trying to get him a cup because I knew he was going to be there a while I was seeing the doctor. So I said, hey, why don't you come look over here and we'll get a cup of tea. He's like, all right. He gets up. I'm looking through the bowl and I'm like, what the heck type of tea is this? Yeah. It was a bowl of condoms. I was dying. I'm going, oh my gosh. And he's laughing at me. Like he is laughing. This is really dark. He is like super laughing at me. And I'm like, yeah, Mother of the Year. Come over here and get a tea. It's not a tea. And he's laughing. He's like, yeah, I'm going to come back with a bag and I'm going to come in for the free sample. Like, yeah, you do that, kid. Oh my gosh. He was laughing at me for days about that one. I'm laughing at that one for days. Yeah, bowl of condoms. They were like super bright and colorful packaging, like clever packaging. Yeah, not tea. So anyways, I go into my appointment, talk to the OB. I like her. She's nice. She's new to the area. And I had told the nurse the day ahead, if they're going to remove it in the office, I saw the writing on the wall, let me tell you. I am allergic to multi-use lidocaine. You have to have single dose lidocaine. I'm allergic to the preservative. Yep. Okay, yep. I always get yepped. Always. So I get to the office. The doctor looks and she's like, oh yeah, you need to have this removed immediately. I can do it here in the office. I'm like, yay, do it. So I said, all right. I told your nurse yesterday I need single dose lidocaine because I'm allergic to the methylparaben, which is the preservative that's in the multi-jar bottle of lidocaine. Been there, done that. I mean, I have had enough of this stuff that I know. I've had breast biopsies and I've had cysts removed and I've had all of that type of stuff. And I told her, listen, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means I metabolize so much quicker than the regular person. So I require 4 times the dose of what somebody else requires. Yeah. I get yabbed to death again. Okay. So she goes and looks and she says, I'm so sorry. We don't have it. We only have the big bottle, which has methylparaben in it. I said, yeah, I told your nurse to get it. And well, that didn't happen. So she said, if you want me to do this today, we can do this today. I found this lidocaine gel cream thing that didn't have methylparaben in it, but it's not an injectable. It's just a cream, so it's just a surface thing. I said, I don't think that's going to work on me because I require 4 times the amount of what somebody else would use. So she says, all right, why don't we give it a try? If it doesn't work, you can come back and I'll order the other stuff. So she put that cream stuff on me. I'm going to use some of these pink bows only because I have 50 gazillion of them. So we're going to do a few bows. I mean, I feel like it might need some like rubber stamp here. Let me look. Let's see what I have here. So I have a stamp up here. And I do. So anyways, so she says, all right, let's try this. Yeah, we're going to use this. She says, let's try this numbing cream. That's all right. You can try it. And she says, if it doesn't work, if you don't like it, you can come back. She says, but truly, this will take me 3 seconds to remove. I'm trying to see what position this stamp is going in. Okay, I see it. So she says, this will take me 3 seconds to remove. Let's give it a try. That's all right. I'll let you try. It's crooked, but that's okay. It's going to be covered. So she tries. And can we just say it wasn't numb at all? Not at all. I said it wasn't going to be numb. And it wasn't numb. I wasn't being a negative Nancy. I was being realistic. So she cut that off from my female area without numbing cream. If there's any question that I'm not the toughest cookie you've ever met, let that be the answer to that question. And then I told her yesterday it wouldn't stop bleeding. Well, it wouldn't stop bleeding in the office either. And she's putting pressure on it. Keep in mind, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. So she's putting pressure on it. It's not cauterized. It's not clotting. And she's like, are you on medicine, like a blood thinner? I'm like, no, I'm not on any of that stuff. I told you I wasn't clotting yesterday. I said, I don't really know what's going on, but I wasn't clotting. So she's using this chemical cauterizing stuff. And holy crap-a-moly, did that hurt? I swear that stung more than... These are coming out cute. Than the thing itself. Like, yowza, that hurt. And she's like, I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but it's done. It's off. It's just I'm trying to get it to clot. I'm like, yeah, I know. I told you I wasn't clotting yesterday. So I don't know what's going on with that. Whatever. So I have not been able to sit at my desk and do crafting. I have not really been able to sit for days. I have a very large scab in that area that is extremely uncomfortable. And I'm going to try and take a shower tomorrow. I've been a little nervous because I don't want to open old wounds, so shall we say. But yeah. I've tried. I've tried. My son's been helpful. My mom's been helpful too. She brought over some food the other day. And my son's like, how are things in that area doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting better. Thank you. Thought it was funny. And, you know, my friends are calling and checking on me. I'm good. It's always something weird. Like, why can't it be something normal? Like, I have the weirdest thing. Not that I want anything, frankly. I don't want anything. Whether it's normal or not normal, I don't want anything. I'm done. I've had my fair share. So now that I can somewhat sit a little better, it's still a thing. Don't get me wrong. It's still a thing. Tomorrow I'm going to try and take a shower, so we'll see. I haven't been going anywhere, so I mean, who cares what I smell like? I'm covered in ink anyways all the time. So, I mean, I am healing. I am very glad. I'm healing quicker than I thought I would, frankly. So I'm super happy about that. That's a good thing. So, okay, we got all those stamped. I knew it needed a something. All right, let's put this up here. You know, I'm still feeling like it needs a something. And I have... Let me try this. So this is a Distress Oxide. I don't normally like to spray things here, but I'll, I have a paper I can hold up. Let's see over there. So this one is Wild Honey. So we'll just do, I don't know, maybe we'll just lay them all out because I don't want to do a lot of spraying here. You know, it gets like on my crystals. Oh, let me move my citrine. There's my citrine. It's a really special citrine. It's nice. So let's lay these out, see if we can add a little bit of splatter to these. I am getting all different colors on these. These are going to be super colorful. If I'm going to do it, let's do it, you know? So that's what's been going on with me. Been keeping me busy. I've been kind of like... not really sitting, but kind of half laying on the couch. I'm just kind of... Luckily, I had just bought like a footrest thing. Oh, this one's not open. I had just bought this footrest thing, so that was super helpful for me. I need a new couch, and I don't really want to invest in things until I get my new couch. So I got this little footrest thing on clearance. It was like $9 at Walmart. And it's one of those storage ones. So I have like all my blankets in it and stuff too. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Sorry if it gets in your way a little bit. Ooh, I didn't want the big... All right, that's more than plenty. Got all over this. Should have moved that, but that's okay. So the big globby ones, we're going to let those dry. See, now I need my paper towels. Where's my, oh, here's my towel, my grungy towel. That's perfect. We'll just clean this up. This is why I don't like doing the sprays in here, but actually, it wasn't half bad, was it? So we'll let those dry. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I've had quite the week, to say the least. That was not on my bingo card. You know, I knew something was up, but it like happened overnight. I mean, I had a smidge of a heads up, like, you know, like psychically, like I was psychically getting a message, and I'm like, but everything feels fine. Everything's fine down there. Like, what it doesn't, my message wasn't making sense to me, but when it made sense, it made sense. Let's try some of these. These are a little flatter little flowers. I am just covered. Definitely want to use some of these bows. We have a gazillion pink bows. Where's my glue? Oh, here it is. So we'll go with this one right here. And let's kind of move those out of the way. Oops. So I don't know if this glue, oh, did I take the pin out too early? I don't even know where I put the pin. Here's the pin. I don't know if this glue is going to work to hold these, but let's give it a try. You know, I have had really decent luck with art glitter glue. So we're going to hold these in all different directions. Ooh. So we're going to do one of those bows here. We're going to do a bow on the other side. These are little teeny tiny bows. These are all acrylic too, by the way. And I got all of these. So if you didn't see this video where I organized all of these in this, these are from Temu, and there's, I can't remember if there's, I think it was 600 to 700 pieces that I organized in here. Let's do a little flower as well, just to kind of see what's going to stick in here. Another little flower for the other side. And then I want to do some gems. Well, let me grab a new little tray for in here. So we're just going to scoop I have all different sizes. Oops. All different colors. There's some that are stuck, but I'll get them later. Okay. We are going super pink with this one, which is not typically my thing. Whoops. This one fell. Come on. Yeah, that's pink. So when you look at it, it's going to be this on one side and virtually the same thing on the other side. These two, I happen to do the same on both sides. Normally I don't, but I have all this pink stuff, so let's use it. You know, what else am I going to do with it? So this one's a little more blue. Still a lot of pink, but let's do this funky blue bow, and we'll do the pink on the other side. Let me get this there. There was some stuff in the way there. Okay, so let's get these glued down. This one's a little bit more dimensional. You know, I never tugged on those other bows. Oh yeah. I mean, the glue's not quite dry yet, but so far so good. I'm good with that. So, like I said, we're not going to get all of these decorated. Let's see. You know, I have yet to determine what these things are. Does anybody know what these things are? Are they like vases? Am I holding it the right way? I have no idea. Not a clue. But I do have these sort of funky shapes. So these are what people decorate their fingernails with. Oh, was that upside down? Oh, darn. That's what I knew I was going to do. Yep. Luckily, that's easy to fix compared to if it was this box. Not a big deal. All right, let's glue this one down now that I have it the right way. Still going the wrong way. There. And let's just use all these gems here. A couple fell right here. Whoops, that one went flying. Probably have more on the floor anyways, not just from this, just in life in general. There, let's just use them from, well, if I scoop them here, I can get them in the right configuration. Okay. I see a couple I would like to use. I want to use that one. And I want to use that one. It's going to be like that. And it's going to be like that. These are super cute. They're little teeny tiny pieces of work. This one is a little more red. So let's grab a red bow here. It's more sort of peachy. Do that one there. And you know what? Let's grab a couple flowers. Oops. There's two different white ones. We'll go with those. Actually, this one, I like that one. Okay, let's get these glued down. Now, these three that I've made thus far are all going in the same direction. I don't know if this is flat. Mostly flat. The next group that I make, I'm going to have them going in a different direction. All right. It's hard for me to see with the light at this angle. I know that's a completely different color. I think that's red. I don't know if that one's going to stay. It's not really super flat on the bottom. And the glue dries clear. And when the glue dries, I have more things that I want to do to these. So, here I be. Body issues and all. Like, holy crap-a-moly. Weird things find me. This is a teeny tiny bow. We're going to put that one there. We'll do that. I kind of wanted some of these flatter ones. I don't really, I have some white. That one's dimensional. All right, we'll use that one. And we'll put this one back. So, I have not really been out and about. I've kind of been sitting around, filling up my huge water cup, getting up when I need more water. You know, my son, when he was going to work the last couple of days, I'm like, okay, fill up my water cup for me before you go. He's like, all right. Or he'd grab me like something little to eat. I have been able to cook though, so that's been good. Not for the first couple of days. Thursday. I had this done, I think it was Wednesday. And Thursday night, I was well enough to just kind of make a quick chicken, throw it in a pot, put it in the toaster oven. Oh, here's the purple. And just kind of go from there. I have a stool in my kitchen that I sit on in order to get some things done. Now, I didn't stamp these going this way, which I probably should have, but that's okay. So we're going to do these going in a different direction. Is that red? Well, we'll do this color. And this color. And then let's get some white flowers. This one's pink. I cleaned a little bit in my kitchen today. I needed to do sort of a lot more cleaning in my kitchen. And that didn't happen. And my son is sick now. He's got the plague or something. You know I'm going to get the plague. I better not get the plague. He's on chemo, so he's so darn susceptible to things, and he refuses to wear a mask. He drives me insane. Drives me nuts. Because I'm like, you need to protect yourself. What do I know? Can you tell me? What do I know? Ay, ay, ay. Kids. So, yeah. Fingers crossed I don't get the plague. we're doing these in this fashion. I'm going to do a few more like that. I better not get the plague. And he's had to call out of work a few times because he is susceptible to these things. And under the law, he does not have to tell them that he's on chemo. And he doesn't want to tell them. That's not my decision. That's his decision. And I can't say that I blame him. Oh, there goes my light. Which one went out? Oh, this one. This one went out. Oh, there we go. So that's his deal. But things are affecting him. I feel for him. But he's navigating the adult world. Oh, my light keeps going out. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to see if I can get my cord. I can't bend over very well. Okay. Whew. All right, let me plug this in. See if we can. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, that's life in the big city over here, except we're not in the big city. He'll get things figured out. Oops. But in the meantime, he's got the plague. And I'm a little sick of him getting the plague. There's that. Now, that one's still wet. I have these amazing mushrooms. I want to do some of these. And I want to do some of the sort of smaller ones. Oops, get over here, you. Some of these are like super dimensional, but I want to give it a try. Like that one. This is one of them. See how teeny tiny it is? On my filthy finger. There, and then let's do some of these gems. That one's super cute. Let's do another mushroom one. So I got all these little mushrooms on Temu. I got all the other components on Temu as well. They're so cute. Okay. Completely different color, but let's add it. So cute. All right, let's do one last mushroom and then we're going to be done. I'll do, I don't know which one I'll do. Let me grab some mushrooms out of here and we'll see. Do that one. And we'll do that one. We'll put these away. Put the bows. Oops. I dropped a bow. Look at that later. Okay. Which one should we do? We'll do this one. Although this one would match better. It's not quite dry right there, but that's okay. These mushrooms are a little thicker than some of those other ones. It's a teardrop shaped one. Okay, that one's super cute. Now, let me put these away before I make a bigger mess. All right, there. Those are in there. Okie dokie. Now, papers are falling. Let's move them. I think I'm done with this. Let's put that away. My gem picker. Put that there. Let's just move these out of the way. Okay, so this, I'm going to make a section of my sidewards ones. Those are that's a sidewards one. These are the up and down ones. Actually, that one wouldn't matter. Okay. Now, the next step. Dropping everything. I have some of these brads. Let me pour them in here. And actually, we can do them on these. Let me put the pin in my glue. And let me grab this. I want the smaller hole. Oh yeah, look at that. And then when you go to flatten a brad, press it against something and it completely flattens it. Look at that. Just that. I'm going to leave that just like that. And that one is so pretty. Something's up with this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep. How pretty that is. Just give that a press. And then when you go to glue these in, you're going to be gluing that. It's not going to be a problem. Super simple this way. Let's do a couple more. Well, I was kind of looking for some purple, but I'm not, oops, not quite purple, but maybe we can make that one work. That one will work. And these are from Temu too. All right, we're gonna pick two over here. Actually, we'll go with this one. I like the splatter on that one. Love it. I think we'll go with this one. Love it. All right, now let me get to the thing that I wanted to show you. So I have here those ball chain. They're like little keychain pieces. So this one's red and this one's red. I'm looking for the smaller. Yeah, this one's smaller. Now, if you want to do an eyelet there, go ahead. I might on one of them. I have my eyelets right here. You can have this dangle. And then I have my bulb pins. And some mushroom charms. These are rather large, but that's all right. There's a small one. There. And then when you go to glue it in the book, it will hold everything together. Super, super, super cute. And it gives a little bit of movement. This type I would put on the outside of my journal so that this dangles outside my journal. Let's do a couple more. Let's do one right here. You know what? Let's do an orange one. These ball chains I got on Temu too. I think like everything I got on Temu. The charms, the ball chains, the little bits that are on these. Let's do this large one. And if it's not oriented right, just turn it around. See? How adorable. And it brings a little bit of movement to the page. Let's see if I can get this right there. And these are fun because they're in all different colors too. So I kind of like that. There we go. I have a pink bulb pin. And I see a couple tiny little charms right here. Yeah, you don't have to put charms on all of them. I'm not going to put charms on all of these, just so you know. But this is another way to embellish it. Love it. I think they're so cute. Let's do one that goes this way. And we'll do one right here. Now this is the part that's going to be glued to the book. So you know what? If we do it up here, it will dangle differently. Let's do it up here. Oops, let's grab, should we do another pink one maybe? No, let's do a blue one. We'll do a blue one here. The reason I chose to do it up at the top is because when this gets glued into the book, the top, see, you glue across here, you don't necessarily have to glue right here, so it gives it a little bit more wiggle room up here. And let's grab a blue one of these, and we'll use another mushroom. These are so darn cute, and you can use any charms, anything. Look at that. And if this, once I get this glued into the book, if this is wrong, it's pointing out instead of pointing in, I can just turn the bulb pin around. So darn cute. All right, I think we're going to stop there on adding the charms and adding all that fun stuff. I think these, I might just leave these the way they are and just kind of glue them in this way. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll add more. of this embellishment to these, but that's how I do it. Super cute. Let me go through and show you all of them. Okay. So let me open this up so you can see that. So there's that one. That one. This one has the bows with the mushroom. This one is mushrooms with mushrooms. Now I have a whole bunch of charms. If I want to change that, instead of being a mushroom at the bottom and do something else, I certainly can do that. These are incredibly simple. And if I want to come in and add more gems, I can do that too. Whoops. Very cute. I like the nail art pieces. See, this is going to dry clear, that glue. I like the nail art pieces because they're in miniature scale. And that was the scale I needed to do things like this, or to do things within my junk journals and my art journals or my greeting cards. This was the scale that I was going for. So when I saw those, I thought, yep, that's what I need. That's what I want. Oh, goodness. So I hope this has been fun. I'm healing nicely. Fingers crossed when I take a shower. I don't know. Is that like too much information or what? I don't know. I hope it's not. Whatever. That's me. That's who I am. So yeah. I'm sitting gingerly. Yeah. We'll get there. I have to get back to crafting. I have my priorities. I can't have things interfering with my crafting time and comfort and all that. I don't have patience for that. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. If you dare, apparently. I don't know. I'm sharing my weird stories. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. Be free.